And Nefertiti, turning it over to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just want to take a moment. I have with me, I didn't plan to do this, it just came to mind here now. I have some tingshaws here, and I'm going to try to make sure I speak up close to the mic. I'm going to clear the air with these. These are bells, Tibetan tingshaws. Thank you. Oh, wow. Today I want to facilitate a conversation. And the conversation that has been on my heart has been forming for these past few weeks. How do I clarify? How do I, come to terms with what it is that I desire, what it is I'm experiencing, and what is it that I want? I'm going to share my screen. An article came out a few days ago that I found so fitting to pull together all the different pieces that we here come together and speak about with our time banking and our collaborations and really about caring. Like, what do I care about? So let me see how I can share my screen. Have a Can you guys see my screen? Does it say click exit full screen? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if I do it this way. Pooh. Okay. How do I rate the experience? I will rate it once I'm finished. Thank you very much. All right, let me, this is a presentation that I put together. And the fun part here now is learning how to go back to the beginning. How fitting, back to the beginning. So if I hit animate, this work? Well, here we go. I'm just gonna. Here we go.
Is this Canva?
Are
you using? Yeah, I think maybe at the bottom right. Do you see the bottom right there?
Yes. Let me.
Might be.
Screen is.
Or maybe your arrows can navigate you back and forth.
Right, my share screen is a little bit off, which happens. And open. Lovely. Well, I'm going to talk while I'm going through this. This is my first page. This is a quote that was in the ta-da article. Talking about ideas today, talking about things that I care about. There's a long article. I have the web link in this presentation. It's available online. And they said that informed consent is a critical component of respect. I love to break things down. I like to look things up. And I also try to understand where the people who are sharing this information, first and foremost, is an opinion piece. And so we all have opinions. So I figured, why not check this one out? Mm-hmm. Informed consent, having knowledge of a possible risk and benefit, pros and cons, full knowledge, informed consent to the best of our ability in this now moment. How much do I truly know about the choices that I'm about to make? And then comes in the concept of free will when I'm thinking about choices and knowledge. And is this choice I'm going to make out of my own desire? Or am I feeling like I have to do it? Am I feeling like if I don't do this, something bad might happen? Emotional states of making choices is so important that I wanted to make sure I mentioned that how I feel about my choice is just as important as the information I have about the choice itself. Respect, respecting for myself, respecting for others. It's funny, when we did our informal check-in earlier, I was able to relate so much to the concept of if people only knew, if I knew then what I know now, would I make a different choice? I've been looking a lot about respect in the past few weeks, especially when it comes to fellowship and deepening my relationships with those in my life, in my world. What does it mean? Responsibility and I guess the concept of being a burden, and when it comes to family dynamics. There's so much that I have yet to learn, or I am learning, although I've been on this planet for quite many years. And the assumption was once I turned 18, I knew it all. That's what I felt. That's what I thought. That's what I tried to do. And so I'm honoring myself today. I'm honoring this fact that there's so much more that I am exploring and learning. And with what I've already gained, I can talk to people and relate to them and find out what it is they're feeling and the needs that are, help us all become better people. And I trust. Number 4, this is all from this one quote from this one article. Brought up all these lovely, lovely pieces of being a human and what it is that I want. I think we shared earlier about it was a conversation about nutrition and my health, and if I am trying to be a healthy person and I have this information and I go based upon it, I trust that I'll be okay. Sometimes our information that we receive is not trustworthy for whatever reason. And there's more than enough information that one can find and one can receive. And integrity is something that I'm falling into every day, because not only do I think with my brain in my head, but my whole body reacts at certain points in time when I receive information. I might get a twitch in the back of my neck. My tummy might start to feel weird. Like, oh, that sciatica's acting up again. It's so weird. Sometimes the information received might not be in the form of written knowledge, but it might be within myself. So that's something I'm learning to trust. And I just had this hindsight is 2020. And with the clearing technique that Marta shared with our fellowship earlier, I feel like foresight is really where we're working towards. I'm working towards feeling into what decisions I'm making, what choices I'm making, and then allowing that to move me forward with all of these lovely pieces in play. So that's one page. Let's see how this goes. Click. Ha. So here's the title of the article that was in the USA Today. I was really thinking about this presentation, this facilitation for a while, and wondering what it is I could bring that would be not only beneficial to the world, but benefiting myself as well. And my family, we have history in the military. I have many, many family members who served, who've sacrificed. and our families, even at home, and the children, and throughout our world, be it here in America or in any other country where people are taking that ultimate choice of defending what they find to be precious. So, hindsight, looking back on all the information and all the ways of the world, our American soldiers have not been treated as honorable as
You froze, Nefertiti. Are you still there? Yeah, this is important. This is important. Okay, now I got you back.
Thank you.
Yes, please, please.
I was speaking about my involvement with the military and my desire to give a presentation that not only benefits others, but myself based on personal experience. That's really all I have to give. Like, I can look up all the articles and give you all the messages and information. And I feel that even more amazing is the personal experience.
Yes.
So this article, USA Today, is distributed in America. There's a little bit of information here about it. It's ran by the Gannett Company, and it has a generally centrist audience. I can't say I looked up the word centrist, so I will say that, but it feels like it's in the center. Feels like it doesn't sway one way or the other, just right down the middle. And this opinionated article has so much feeling involved in the reference of how they treat our American soldiers. I'm just going to read what's here. The site is here. Enough with America's thank you for your service culture. It's betrayal, not patriotism. The title of the article, Veterans Respect Our Military Before They've Sacrificed Life. America's military is misused, and our servicemen and women are perpetually abused and misled. Perks like priority airline boarding won't fix that. How contrasting these statements are. I drive every day, and I have on my windowsill a little purple flower that I receive outside of my grocery store once a year, donating to our veterans here. I assist with my family members and others who I know who have difficulty based upon their experience in our military. There's many, many, many stories of unfortunate events that have occurred to those who have served and given their lives in our country and the people who love and support them. So this piece here is so touching to my heart because that contrast I find not only in our military, but in a lot of our factors in life, in our education, in our healthcare, in our financial system. How can so much that we depend on be so skewed and so different from actually what it is? I saw a post, a person on a social media shared that they found it interesting to see this opinion piece looking more critically at war and the human and financial cost in such a mainstream outlet paper, USA Today. What is the cost of war? What is the cost of our humanness and our money? I mean, even time that we spend fighting brought me to question, what does it cost? Here's the rest of that quote that so spurred this presentation I'm sharing. Informed consent is a critical component of respect. And if our society believes images of amputees or dead civilians and statistics about suicide, PTSD, or drug abuse is too explicit for underage audiences, perhaps it's military to quit recruiting children. The little fine print, there's always fine print, at this page is the reference that they have attached to this quote of our military recruiting children. Again, it's a perspective opinion. And this was printed on the 5th of February this year. So I don't come here to say one way or the other, but I do bring up the question of how these dominoes fall and how difficult it is to have our society come together, and perhaps it's more about the care and the consideration that we have, not only for our fellow citizens, humans, children, family members, but for ourselves. This recruiting children piece that they share, it's a beautiful program. It's STEM, S-T-E-M, that's an acronym. It's been helping many throughout our world learn more about different parts of our world. It's like every single thing that I've seen has that pro and that con. Where is that middle ground? That's what I'm looking at. So we talk about, right? We talk about the things that are not happening, things that we want, the things that are not just not sitting well. There's this saying that I've heard for years that what I resist, no, persists. This beautiful design I got from Canva actually had said, talk about drugs. And it was an anti-drug movement, an anti-this, an anti-that. And I can feel that resistance, that anti. So I was wondering, how do I turn it around? How do I not resist? You know, that again, bringing back to that question, how do I accept what is as it is, not adding to, taking away, and not relinquishing power, not relinquishing my sovereignty, free will. And so I came up with what I offer space now has a place. Knowledge I face. Knowledge about what? What do I want to know about? What is it that I actually want? Why am I so upset about what's occurring on the global scale? Because I want more honor in my life. I want care. I want concern. I want relationships that are considerate and our needs are met and our feelings are considered. You know, where there's trust and confidence, and you know, all of these things are what I want. And how do I know what's happening? Because perhaps what I believed about these concepts have a whole new connotation. You know, for me, in searching of more information, I wrote at the bottom, I create a safe space. And after I was looking at this, I feel like it's not just myself. I create a safe space for myself, but I come together with other people, like here in this fellowship, and the people in my world. and those who I care and love, and I create a safe space to be honest about how I feel, no matter what. Because for me to be honest about my feelings allows the clarification of what it is I do desire to come forward. And it says here, I'm looking, my screen's covered, so I apologize. I'm going to try to remember it, what it says. Clarification increased as concepts polarize, and I believe what's under the green screen. Actually, could someone read it to me? I apologize. I can't see my bottom of my screen.
And oh my gosh, and neutrally established.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Neutrality. That middle ground, that piece where I feel I hear two distinctly polar opposite concepts, ideas. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But are we really saying the same thing? Perhaps you're saying it from one field, and perhaps you're saying it from another field. And where's that middle ground? That piece of neutrality where clarity, I feel, comes. So, this is my about face. I love looking up words, so I will, I don't know if I can go back. So my about face, because I said in my little offer space and then knowledge I face, I looked up the etymology of the word face, and it has so much juicy goodness in it. We can have a face to face. I feel like this camera, FaceTime. To lose face, to lose prestige. And you can also save your face, saving face. To show one's face, to put on appearance, take off an appearance, to change, disgust, mockery. Look how just one word can unravel into all these meanings depending on how you're looking at it. To confront with assurance, to face something, to show a bold face. To disfigure, cover with something in front. Face. Turn the face towards. It could be the meaning, it's on the opposite page, it's on that face. To turn the face in military tactics. It's funny that this came up in my looking up as I was looking up an article about our military. And I thought of another one to add about face and a tactic. My cheek, turning the other cheek. Forgiveness. That part didn't come up in the dictionary, but I'm throwing it in. I feel like that's worth facing. Forgiving myself for all the things I thought I knew, and realizing that it's okay to change courses, to do an about face, to face the music, if you will. And that says something about congressional debates, which is funny, and it's probably theatrical rather than a reference to cavalry horses. So I'm wrapping up saying that I want to grow through the contrast theatrically. I want to embrace all that is here and to realize, for me, it serves a purpose, and I'm loving it and feeling it and turning my face towards what it is I do want, and thankful for the ability to share that here with you all. With that, I'm complete. Thank you.